Just hit the reach out, I'll call you.
When they try, you know that I'll be there for you. So take a deep breath, drink water. You know that these streets just now calm down. Take a deep breath, drink water. You know that these streets just now calm down. Oh, calm down, oh, calm down. Whenever you feel like you might drown, oh, calm down, oh, calm down. You know that these streets just loud.
Hi, welcome. I'm Summer. Thank you for however you arrived at my channel, my creative space in these YouTube streets. I appreciate you for stopping by. I was in the throes of doing a trilogy, and I think for everyone, January it felt like a year. It didn't feel like 31 days, it felt like a year. And February, which is traditionally a great month, Black History Month, it's been a lot going on in February as well. But I hope everyone's doing well out there and taking care of yourself, so you can help others. And I don't know if this is the second or third part of the trilogy or where exactly I'm going to insert this in for the first. But I wanted to get into the throes of when you have the career now and you have the position, kind of the development and the training and different things you go through the first few months that you're at a position. So we're going to get into that. But first, as usual, we're going to look at a few favorite things of mine. Hey, so while staying in San Gabriel, California, I found this wonderful gem, Clairemont Galley, a sports-heavy restaurant with fresh salads and very good grilled chicken. I highly recommend it. It's a very fun place and good energy. Nipsey, I didn't get to go to Marathon Burger, but I was on Slauson, and I found this nice mural of him. Whenever I'm by LACMA, I have to get some pictures by the Urban Light. It's just my favorite place, and here I am just more by LACMA. I love that place, and I always take a photo when I go there. And I did veer into the San Gabriel Mountains. Still a lot of it is closed off for the fires, but very beautiful. And I'm always at the Santa Monica Pier. I love it. It was great beach days, which more on that to come. I always have to get seashells. They have beautiful multicolored ones this time, so I always get a handful and just put them in my bag when I'm frolicking by the water. One of my favorite things to do. And of course, I made my way to Grand Central Market. I wanted some tacos. I had a hankering for tacos because I hadn't had them for a while. The ones here at Anna Maria were pretty good. I just had some personal gripes, but I do recommend them. They were very nice. I'm very extra when I go to the beach. I have to have my own personal setup, which usually looks like this when I'm solo. Oh my God. A new love, these 𝒮𝓂𝓂 by the Wind Sailors. I think they come up once a year. And this was on Santa Monica Beach. They're this beautiful blue color. It's a form of jellyfish, and they kind of stay up on the sand until they lose their pigmentation. There's some kelp. They're beautiful. With the clearly Canadian peach, delicious, and a beautiful afternoon sun in the sky. Preparing for the sunset with my friend who is not on video. A beautiful beach evening. Though I didn't get anything here, this new place in Santa Monica, it's like a Hawaiian. Well, they have smoothies there, and I will go back when I'm there again. But it was just so pretty, and I had to venture in there and take some video. But what I did do was I got a matcha from this place, 𝒮𝓂. They're known for these like iced matchas, but I just wanted a hot one, and it was delicious, especially since other people have changed the quality of their matcha taste. I definitely recommend it. What are you eating? And in Santa Ynez, California, they recommended Anderson's, which is world-renowned for their split pea soup. I love little markets like this. I'm from Ohio. But I actually really did enjoy their split pea soup. If you're ever driving through that way, definitely stop at Anderson's. Pasha, okay, this is in San Francisco, and it's a Mediterranean lounge. A lot of people were hookah and things there. For some reason, I got lentil soup, but it's very fun atmosphere. And also Uncle Benny's is in San Francisco, a fun little donut and bagel shop. I got a bagel and I recommend them. I'm a Thai buff, so King of Thai Noodle in San Francisco, I definitely recommend. And if you're in Castro, Cafe Mystique is a great place to get a fresh salad and just have some fun ambiance. I like when they have little centerpieces on the table like this. They were a fun group. And in the San Francisco airport, I see Vicky Nguyen, who has a new book out, Boat Baby, get it. And in San Francisco, I was exploring Fort Mason, which of course is right there by the Pacific, and a World War II military barracks, and just taking some footage. Hey, this place has been around for a while, but Fort Mason has beautiful views of the Golden Gate Bridge, as well as the Palace of Fine Arts, which I just zoomed in on right there. Golden Gate Bridge. And I'm pretty sure, Alcatraz is over there too. The Rock, which is covered by the trees. Oh, Kapaku. They have it's an Indonesian coffee place, but of course I got matcha there. And it's on Lombard, below the Crooked Street. Beautiful. Of course, I'm gonna go see the Painted Ladies in Alamo Square and take another 100 picture of the skyline. I went over to Mission Dolores Park and took some photos over there. It's very park heavy in San Francisco, of course, but Dolores Park is always a fun place just to go and just relax. And I'm always at Twin Peaks for some reason. Scanning San Francisco, which is one of my favorite things to do. It's just really nice to go up there and look over these Victorian and Edwardian homes, and then looking across the bay over to Oakland. I don't know. It's nothing like the bay. It's really, I see why people write a lot of songs about it. It's just really, really kind of a beautiful, magnetic place. Okay, so I'm a Clearly Canadian person. I love Clearly Canadian sparkling water beverage. I'm usually wild cherry, country peach. Those are my favorites. I even like the zero sugar ones too. I don't get those as much. I usually just will get the regular beverage. But this one I happen to pick up. I haven't had for a while, but this is the summer strawberry. Let me see what this one tastes like. Oh, this is good. It has that, why is it reminding me of a bubblegum aftertaste? I like that, summer strawberry. So this is a Clearly Canadian sparkling water that I will now incorporate in instead of getting the same two I always get. And I know we're all drinking water. I like these. These are the 32-ounce kind of restaurant cups. They're not glass, which I know we should all be drinking out of glass, but these, they're good though. If you're not drinking that, or you're not drinking out of your Stanley cup, which I do have a Stanley somewhere around here, but if you're not drinking out of that, then I recommend these 32-ounce cups. They're good. All right, I had to do that real quick, but because that's wherever this falls in the trilogy, whether in the second part or the third, how can you not love Mika? That was a great song, Love Today. And since I have love on my shirt, why not? But there was just a few things that I had wanted to touch on. The intro video I did, I feel, with the networking, the career fairs, the alumni support, different things like that, I felt like was a lot. So I know that these next couple videos will be shorter. So, but the first, I feel 90 days, the first 3 months are very pivotal when you are coming out of university and going into your first job, your first position, your first career. Because I feel if you're like me and you worked as a teenager, you're prone to understanding jobs and having a job. But this is when you've committed to university curriculum, or if you completed any type of program, whether you're a carpenter, plumber, whatever. This is actually going into laying the foundation of your career. And though other people will have certain influence, it's you, the individual, to decide how this path is going to go for you. And it's great to love the organization and love the work you do. The people you work with, you can't always control, but you can control yourself and the vision that you see for yourself. But anyway, I went into commercial lending. Was my first career. And I went into an intensive development program. Like, we had intensive banking education training daily for 6 weeks. And with our cohort, who were from different places around, I mean, there was somebody I remember from Denver, people had come in from Ohio, there were people from Phoenix, there were people from all over the place. So it was nice having a group of people who you could be on this journey with. We're all the same age, we're all 22, 23, couple sprinkles of older people here and there, but for the most part, it was everybody with kind of a shared new experience. We were new grads, and this was our first career. So what I appreciated, and when I went to check, and I see that they still have development programs available, even internships on websites where an organization where you may have an interest, please apply for those. I've seen things change, and I see organizations not put as much into training, and you take ownership of your own training throughout your career. That is true. But I just implore on you, if you have an interest in a certain position, a certain field, and you find an organization that you like, focus in on that organization. Indeed, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, all these different things, they're wonderful. But sometimes if you can find the right type of contacts in the company where you want to work, that can really help be a benefit to you. So as I was looking at certain things, we had a rotational guidebook, which was great, but we also had, fundamentals of commercial lending, which I actually need to get. I pulled all these out, and I'm happy that I did, because I want to go back and read through these. There's some programs, I don't even know if people still use them. I know Baker Hill was a popular financial spreading software. It may have gotten absorbed by Workday or some. I haven't worked with this particular financial spreading software in years. So like I said, I don't even know if it's around. A lot of people use Sage. Things are so much SAP, ERP based. So I don't even know if those are around, but there were so many. Oh my gosh, I wish I would go more in detail on the organization that I was working with. But there's so many things as far as approval packages, as far as having a reference guide available that you can always go back to throughout your career. Of how do I make a decision as an analyst or as a lender to protect my organization's collateral position before we lend out money? What are the conditions going to be? What are the covenants going to be? And there was also a lot with financial writing and understanding accounting for finance. If you were a finance or an economics major, like I was. Ooh, that looks bad back there. Something from storage. But there's so many, I know we're so automated and so many things are done online, but there's so many references that I feel you always need to keep on hand when you actually enter into the workforce and throughout your entire career, at least the first 5 to 10 years. Always have those things to go back and reference and keep your mind crisp, because there's the type of work I was doing, it's nice to learn something new, but you don't want to let certain other skills become obsolete, because sometimes people don't always put the same care into one worker as they will another. So always take ownership of your work. That's what I was going to say. Always take ownership of your work, of your learning. Remember, what's important first is yourself, the organization the type of work you do, the organization you work with, and then everyone else after that. And prayerfully, you have a very, very, very competent, ethical, and good upper management group. And while you communicate with your direct group, it's important to know when you can go and talk to upper management about things too. But that was probably great. I have my of course there's going to be a plane flying over, since I decided it was beautiful and I was going to open up the balcony door. But yes, I was just going to say development programs are so important, and if you can get into them, whether they are a week or whether they are 12 weeks, I wish you well with them. I wish you would apply for them. If you're switching over into a new field or going back to a field that you once were in some years ago, apply for them or try to get into them and network yourself into those. So thank you so much for joining me for the Trilogy series. Again, I don't know where this is going to fall into, because I was also doing something about deciding on where to live once you accept your offer and before you start work. And this actually could have went with more of a decor of when you decide where you're going to live. But thank you so much for coming to my creative space, and I wish everyone a great day. I'm just finding stuff all over the place too. I love salve. Don't you love lip balms? This is Smith's Rosebud salve. I love this. But again, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your day. Take care of yourself. And of course, drink water.